Welcome back to Before You Buy the Show, where we give you straight up gameplay and first impressions. Got a lot to cover today. On April 7th, Starfield finally landed on PlayStation consoles. At the exact same time, Bethesda released a major free update for everyone called the Free Lanes Update plus the second big DLC, Terran Armada. The developers made it clear this wasn't going to be a Starfield 2.0 transformation. They said it's just giving more to people who already love the game. But curious minds want to know, is this actually their Phantom Liberty moment? So, let's answer that right now. No, it is not even close. The devs didn't lie to you. There are some good things here, some nice improvements, but they don't turn a mediocre game into a good one. The free update feels half-baked, one more random, disconnected system. The DLC is dull, padded to hell, and barely attempts an interesting story. And the PS5 version? Not broken, but rough. Especially on the Pro. Let's start with performance, because that's what many of you care about most. Starfield on PS5 defaults to 30 frames per second, and for a 2-year-old game that was never cutting-edge visually, that feels terrible. I'm someone who generally doesn't mind 30 FPS, but here, it's just bad. The engine is struggling. The console options are bizarre. You can change frame rate, toggle VSync, and adjust graphics priority separately, which feels dangerously close to configuring a PC game. On the PS5 Pro, there's an enhanced mode that recommends you don't use 60 FPS, but you can select it anyway. And when you do, the game crashes. Hard crashes. I experienced multiple full-on crashes using those settings. This is a 2-year-old game from a major publisher, and those aren't the only bugs. Graphical glitches, random frame drops even in space, where there's almost nothing happening. The creation engine is a jalopy with the frame of a Ferrari. It's a miracle any of this works, but it's not good enough for 2026. So, what's actually in the free update? The headliner is cruise mode. You can now freely travel between planets in the same system without menus. Finally, right? Except, it feels like a mod. You hold a button to enter cruise mode, the HUD changes, and you autopilot toward your target. Slowly. Planets were never designed to be traveled between, so they're still separate instances. When you exit cruise mode, you hit a loading screen anyway. So cruise mode is just a more roundabout way of doing what you were already doing, sitting through tons of loading screens. It's slow, tedious, and makes you wait longer to get anywhere. The genuinely good addition? A new land vehicle. It's a dune buggy, and it's actually fun. Customizable, available whenever you land. Even in major cities. It makes planetary exploration far more enjoyable, and it's a powerful tool for causing chaos in population centers. Honestly, this is the most fun I've had in Starfield. It doesn't even control that well, it falls apart in tight spaces. But it doesn't matter. So much of Starfield is dull and flat. I'll take anything that doesn't make me want to fall asleep. The DLC should have been built entirely around this vehicle, drop you on one big planet with bespoke locations to explore. Instead, Terran Armada forces you into the worst parts of Starfield. The DLC introduces the Terran generic bad guys. Basically the Enclave, but less interesting. And it adds the incursion system. After the first mission, incursions start popping up on the star map. You can't fast travel away from a system with an incursion. You either have to fly far enough away on your own slowly or clear out the Terran forces. And these incursions are all the same. They force you to engage with the miserable space combat. And crucially, you cannot turn this system off. You can lower the frequency, but you cannot shut it down. Ever? Bethesda must have been really enamored with these things, because they pad the DLC story with them. One gets introduced in the first mission. Then you have to clear 3 more to progress. Then after a decent mission, 3 more, 7 total. 7 times you're forced to do the same tedious space fight. That's not content. That's padding. The best thing about the DLC is the new companion, Delta, a reprogrammed robot. He wouldn't stand out in any other RPG, but in Starfield, where your squad is full of boring goody twashos, he's a breath of fresh air. He's a bargain bin HK-47, and I'll take that over another space cowboy any day. Also, The Terran weapons are legitimately powerful and satisfying to use. Their armor looks cool too. So, if there's any upside to this DLC, it's Delta and the new guns. But is that worth $10 an hours of grinding incursions? For most people, no. The free update adds a ton of other stuff. To be fair, Ztech a new resource for customizing weapons and upgrading ships. New legendary effects. A shared outpost container. Outpost pets. Starburn abilities that can be upgraded without new game plus. A new space station called Anchor Point with a few quests. New points of interest on planets. Elite crew members. It sounds like a lot, and it is, but none of it changes the core gameplay. Starfield still has the same boring story, the same passable shooting, the same endless loading screens. It's an ocean wide and an inch deep, except this time, it's a universe wide and an inch deep. So, let's break it down. Is the Free Lanes update worth returning for? If you already own the game, and you're curious about the new car, sure, mess around for an afternoon, but don't expect a new game. Is Terran Armada worth $10? No, it's padded, dull, and the incursion system is actively annoying. And the PS5 version? If you have a PC, play it there. If you only have a PlayStation, it's playable, but the crashes on Pro are unacceptable for a 12-year-old game. This isn't a cyberpunk situation. That game always had a compelling narrative and a unique vision. Starfield is hollow at its core. I sometimes act like Starfield is unsalvageable. It's not. The improvements here do make it better, but it's still not a good game. So much needs to be stripped away and rebuilt. It would take a No Man's Sky level of commitment. And let's be honest, nobody including Bethesda is excited enough about Starfield to do that. The free update is a new paint job on a house rotting from the inside out. The DLC blows. The PS5 version is underwhelming. I wish Bethesda would just give up on this ill-fated thing and move on to Elder Scrolls 6. And please don't make it like this game. Don't use the creation engine. They have access to ID tech. Use it. What do you think? Have you tried the new update? Is Starfield worth another look? Or is it time to move on? Leave a comment. If you like this video, hit that like button. Not subscribed? Now's a great time. We upload brand new videos every day. I'm Jazz Meat. We'll see you next time, right here on Visgams. And hey, at least the car is fun. Little victories. Thanks for watching. Seriously, we'll catch you on the next one.